Welcome to Mental Health Monday. My name is Rachel, and this is a place where we talk about all things mental health. We talk about tips, tricks, tools, and resources that are both spiritually and physically impactful for your life. Today, I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you what I would say if I could go back and talk to my 20-year-old self. But before I do that, I want to tell you a little bit about what I was going through when I was 20 years old. When I was 20 years old, I was heavily involved in a Christian club on campus. I was president of that Christian club. I was leading worship at my church. I was in nursing school. I was doing all the right things. Meanwhile, something was going on that I didn't tell anybody. I was having these episodes that I would black out. I would all of a sudden my heart would start to race. I would start to sweat, and all of a sudden, things would just start to go black. I thought I was going to die. They were scary, they were exhausting, and I felt like they would never go away. Nothing brought them on. There was no trigger or antecedent. It just seemingly kind of came out of nowhere. I don't remember when I had the first one, and I was scared constantly that they would happen. They would happen at work, and so I would have to run off the floor and run into the bathroom and try and calm myself down. They would happen at church, and I would have to leave the room, and I would have to try and calm myself down. It got to the point where I actually couldn't leave my house for a period of 3 days, and I was really sick at the time, and I lost my hearing, and my back constricted because I was hyperventilating, my hands constricted because I was hyperventilating, and I was terrified. It was a sense of panic. It was a sense of doom that I thought that this is it. This is when I die. I didn't tell people because I was ashamed. I'm a Christian. I'm doing all the right things. What's wrong with me? I thought I was losing my mind. I felt weak and helpless, and that this was just something that I would have to live with now. And there's no way that I can tell anybody, because people are going to think I'm crazy, and they're going to think that I'm weak and that I don't trust God. I was ashamed that this was happening to me. I was disappointed in myself and disappointed in my mind. I couldn't understand why this was happening. And how can I figure this out? How can I think my way out of this? I'm very much a fixer and a problem solver, and to my dismay, a type A a lot of the times. But this wasn't something that I could figure my way out of, and this isn't something that I could find my way out of by myself. I tried and tried and tried, and I kept it as a secret, and nobody knew. Eventually, it got to the point where I broke down and I told my parents. I felt really weak and, like I said, ashamed. And if I could go back, this is what I would say. Struggle is not incompatible with faith. Dark times are not incompatible with faith. Just because you're hurt does not mean that you don't love God. Just because you're sad doesn't mean that you don't trust God. Just because you're grieving doesn't mean that you don't trust God's plan. It's all evidence of your humanity. And these are the things that you need to do. Invite Jesus there. Don't try and clean yourself up and pretend to be this perfect Christian just so you can make other people think that you have it all together. Invite Jesus into that dark moment, to the moment where you feel like a mess, where you're losing your mind. Invite Jesus there. He doesn't just want to be a cheerleader at the end of the battle. He wants to be walking you through every step of the way. Listen to your feelings. Don't follow your feelings. Listen to them. Don't shove them away because they're uncomfortable. Listen to them. Don't disregard them thinking that they're unnecessary and not practical, or they don't serve you in any way. Listen to them. Why do you feel uncomfortable when you're sad? Why do you feel weird when you're angry? Listen to your feelings and work through them. Invite others into your situation. You may have no idea the impact your story can have. You have no idea the other people around you who are going through the same thing and feel the same shame. Invite them in so that you can share the burden. Invite them in because in community there is strength. Invite them in because you are made to be in community. Invite them in because vulnerability is strength. There is no shame in what you are going through. Tell somebody, you will get through this and you will have victory. I wanted to share this with you today because I wanted to give you the gift of going second. Secrets and hiding your struggle will never lead to victory. It's only by sharing our experiences and sharing our struggle with others who can help us that we can begin to heal. We can't do it on our own, no matter how strong and together we think that we are. I hope today that you reach out and that you share with somebody what you're going through. Don't struggle alone. There is help, there is hope, and you can live in victory. Your struggle is not incompatible with Christian faith, and God is no stranger to pain. He's no stranger to hurt. He's no stranger to grief and struggle and loss. He can meet you wherever you are at, and He wants to walk you through whatever you're going through. I want you to know today that there is hope. There is so much hope, and that there is help. There is help for you no matter what you're going through. Start with giving someone the gift of going second. You are not burdening somebody with your struggle. You are giving them the gift of going second. But know that there is no shame in what you are going through. We're human. We're not perfect. And that's okay. Invite Him into your mess and watch your life be transformed. I hope this has been impactful for you today, and maybe release some of the shame that you may be feeling. There is a wonderful gift of going second, and I pray that you would give somebody else that gift as well. I'll see you in 2 weeks.